For centuries, London has been the heartbeat of global finance, a city where fortunes were made and lost, and where the world's economic tides often began. From the lively 17th-century coffee houses, where merchants, bankers, and traders gathered to exchange news and ideas, to today's gleaming skyscrapers, London has continually shaped the world's economy and financial systems. Its unique time zone, bridging Asia and America, a stable legal system respected worldwide, and a deep, diverse talent pool, made it the place where the world came to do business, negotiate deals, and set trends. The City of London and Canary Wharf rose as enduring symbols of financial power, innovation, and ambition, their skylines reflecting the city's ever-evolving role in global finance. London's markets set global standards, influencing everything from currency rates to commodity prices, while its workforce drew expertise and energy from every corner of the globe, making it a true international hub. This dominance was built on trust, experience, and a dense network of professional services, law, accounting, consulting, all speaking the global language of business and ensuring that deals could be done with confidence. For generations, a career in London's financial sector meant being at the center of global action, where ambition met opportunity and innovation thrived amid the city's fast-paced rhythm. The city adapted to change, embracing fintech startups, digital currencies, and strengthening regulations after crises, always finding new ways to stay ahead and remain relevant. Its resilience and remarkable ability to reinvent itself have kept it at the top, weathering wars, recessions, and global shifts with a spirit of determination. Today, London's legacy is not just history, it's a living testament to reinvention, a city where tradition and innovation walk side by side through its storied streets. But now, that capacity for adaptation faces its toughest test yet, as London stands at a crossroads, challenged to prove once again that it can lead the world into the future. The last decade brought two seismic shocks, Brexit and the COVID-19 pandemic, each leaving a profound mark on London's financial landscape. These events didn't just disrupt daily life, they fundamentally altered the city's role as a global financial powerhouse. Brexit severed London's seamless access to the EU, forcing banks and financial institutions to set up new hubs in cities like Dublin, Paris, and Frankfurt. The city's status as Europe's financial gateway was suddenly in question, and competition from other European capitals intensified. The loss of passporting rights triggered a slow but steady migration of assets, talent, and jobs to the continent, challenging London's long-held dominance. For many professionals, relocation became a reality, and the city's financial sector began to feel the strain. Just as the city was adjusting to this new reality, the pandemic struck, emptying trading floors and forcing a rapid, unprecedented shift to remote work. The familiar buzz of the city fell silent almost overnight. The necessity of a centralized office was suddenly in question, as entire teams adapted to working from home. The once bustling skyscrapers stood eerily quiet, their future uncertain. Video calls and digital platforms replaced face-to-face deals, and the city's daily rhythm changed overnight. The traditional ways of doing business were upended, and new habits quickly took root. Companies invested heavily in technology, rethinking their real estate needs and office footprints. Many began to question whether they would ever return to pre-pandemic ways of working. The pandemic accelerated flexible work trends, raising existential questions for London's financial districts. Remote work, once a novelty, became the norm for thousands of employees. The twin shocks didn't break London, but they fractured its old certainties and forced the city to confront uncomfortable truths about its future. Now the city must redefine both its role in the world and its physical form to stay competitive. Innovation and adaptability will be key to its survival. The future of London's financial heart is up for grabs, with new opportunities and risks emerging at every turn. How London answers these challenges will shape not just its next chapter, but its identity for generations to come. London's supremacy as a global financial center is no longer assured, and the city faces unprecedented challenges. New York has surged ahead, attracting a wave of new listings and investment as London's IPO market slows and international companies look elsewhere. Frankfurt, Paris, and Dublin are now direct competitors, luring global banks and top talent with access to the EU, generous local incentives, and a promise of stability after Brexit. In Asia, Hong Kong and Singapore are thriving as gateways to booming regional economies, offering unique advantages for international investors and multinational firms. These cities offer not just stability and innovation, but also proximity to fast-growing markets and a dynamic business environment. London can't rely on reputation alone. Global banks and investors have more choices than ever before, and competition is fierce. IPO fundraising in London has hit a 30-year low, a stark warning that the city's dominance is under real threat. To stay ahead, London must prove its value with world-class regulation, a deep pool of talent, and an exceptional quality of life that attracts the best and brightest. The race for global financial leadership is wide open, with every major city vying for the top spot. London must fight harder than ever to stay in the lead, adapting quickly to a rapidly changing world. The pandemic rewrote the rules of work, making hybrid models the new norm. London's financial districts now see fewer daily commuters, transforming the local economy. Companies are rethinking vast office spaces, focusing on collaborative, high-quality environments. Offices are being reimagined as destinations for teamwork and culture, not just rows of desks. Demand is shifting to flexible, amenity-rich buildings. Older offices struggle, while new developments prioritize wellness and sustainability. The goal: vibrant, 24/7 districts where people work, live, and socialize. Infrastructure like the Elizabeth Line is crucial to making the commute worthwhile. The future office is part of a larger, engaging urban experience. London's ability to deliver this will decide the fate of its financial districts. London's skyline is evolving, but not just upward. The new wave of towers is about mixed-use, sustainable communities, not just office space. Developers are prioritizing net zero carbon, green tech, and wellness, making buildings healthier and more inviting. Ground floors are now public spaces, with cafes, retail, and cultural venues. Rooftop gardens and event spaces aim to keep districts lively after hours. The hybrid work era demands compelling reasons to visit the city. Mixed-use projects blend offices, homes, hotels, and leisure, creating resilient neighborhoods. These changes attract not just workers, but residents and visitors too. London's new towers are experiments in sustainable, human-centered urban life. The city's future depends on making its financial heart a place people want to be. London's financial districts are diversifying beyond banking. Tech and fintech firms are moving in, drawn by infrastructure and global connections. Their innovative, collaborative culture is reshaping the area's character. Life sciences are also booming, with labs and research hubs joining the mix. Canary Wharf is building a major life sciences cluster, fostering collaboration across sectors. Creative industries, media, design, advertising are finding homes in former trading floors. This influx is transforming the districts into dynamic, multi-layered commercial hubs. Diversification is future-proofing London's economic core. The square mile is becoming a true innovation ecosystem. London's strengths come with high costs. Banks face a 46% tax rate, making them reconsider where to invest and hire. Post-Brexit, firms must navigate two regulatory systems, increasing complexity and expense. The drawn-out Revolut license saga shows the challenges of the new landscape. High living costs and inflation put pressure on wages and talent retention. Rising train fares and property prices make London a tough sell for some. Policy uncertainty, like changes to non-dom tax status, adds to the challenge. Businesses crave stability and predictability above all. For London to stay competitive, it must become more cost-effective and business-friendly. London's economic data in 2025 tells a story of resilience and challenge. The FTSE 100 remains strong, and the pound is holding firm, signaling investor confidence. But inflation is high, 3.6% and rising, outpacing the US and squeezing households and businesses. The Bank of England cut interest rates to spur investment and ease property market pressures. Government bond yields reflect concerns about inflation and growth. Policymakers must balance controlling inflation with supporting recovery. The numbers show both strength and headwinds. London's foundations are solid, but the path forward is uncertain. The city's next moves will determine if it can turn resilience into renewed growth. London stands at a crossroads, facing fierce competition and the aftershocks of Brexit and the pandemic, yet its deep talent pool, legal strength and cultural appeal remain unmatched. Business and government leaders are pushing for lower costs, simpler regulation, and more support for startups. Events like the future of international banking are shaping a new blueprint for competitiveness. The city's physical transformation toward mixed-use, sustainable neighborhoods is attracting both companies and talent. London is embracing AI, fintech, and life sciences to complement its financial legacy. The city isn't looking back. It's forging a new, diversified identity. London's history is one of resilience and reinvention. With bold vision and adaptability, it's ready to thrive in a new global era.